this is really my mom's testimony. I'll quickly say, 28 years ago, our members of my family were praying to receive the Holy Spirit. And I also was raised in the Church of Christ, and I could relate to many of the things that my sister was just saying about that 6-month experience. Only I had about a 34-year experience with them, and non-denominational, and they thought speaking in tongues was of the devil. And my mom, who's 94, still believes all of those things. And I did receive the Holy Spirit with the evidence of speaking in tongues, and I got baptized. And that was many amazing testimonies I have, but I'm going to move on to my mom's recent testimony. My mom is not spirit-filled. She's gone to the Church of Christ all of her adult life and been preached to many times by several members of Revival Fellowship. And she's currently in a care facility. What? I said 94. I think I said, well, anyway, she's 94 in a care facility. She's been very afraid of the COVID situation. And recently, people in her facility, it's a 66-bed facility, started coming down with COVID. And so I think about 10 days ago to 2 weeks back, it was just, the numbers were doubling, and it had gone up to, right now, I think there are 45 people that have tested positive for COVID. But about 10 days ago, my mom, they called and said she had tested positive for COVID. So she had to go in the special unit for the COVID people. And it was quite frightening. And I put out prayer requests, and I couldn't stand to think about it, because my big fear because we can't go see her. She can't even come to the window to see us at the window, because they're on restriction in their rooms and have been for several weeks. So they have to stay in this room, like 3 people in a room. Their meals are brought to them, and they have to stay in there all day, and they can't come out for anything really. So that's what her situation has been. And so it turns out, it's hard for me to say this in the timeline maybe that it happened, but I'll get it all out eventually. I'll try and hurry. All 3 of her roommates had tested positive for COVID. And my mom comes through it with a little bit of a sore throat and lots of prayer from saints, because none of her Church of Christ friends have kept up with her since she was put in this care facility. She didn't have anyone in the Church of Christ who was even praying for her, because they didn't know she had it. And many of us were praying for her. And her 2 roommates are still so sick that they're still in the special COVID unit. My mom is back in her regular room, not in the special care place. And she just can't believe. She says, I came through this. She says, they're still sick. She said, I didn't even know I had it. She said, I just can't believe this, because she thought she was going to die. And it's just been such an amazing testimony for her to realize. And today I said to her, my hope, of course, would be that she would soften this attitude about we're wrong and she's right type of thing about the Holy Spirit. And I was able to say, well, Mom, I said, you know how many people were praying for you? I said, it's the power of God. She said, I know it's a miracle, but she doesn't want to accept it's Revival Fellowship praying, receive the Holy Spirit thing. But I still have hope that has softened her in some way, because last week, when I spoke with her, she was crying, and she said, God worked a miracle for me. She said, I don't understand it. I should have died, and I didn't even know I was sick. So it's been an amazing thing in our family just to see the hand of God protect her. And something that's so fearful, because my fear had been that she would be in this facility, she would contact COVID, and we wouldn't even be with her when she was dying. Because you can't go in the facility and they can't come out unless they're going to go to a bad place. 12 people have died in the facility. It was 10 at the time, and 2 more died in the last 2 days. And I think infection rates up to about 48 people out of 66 beds. And like I said, my mom has come through it, blessed by the Lord.